I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get everything going here on this end. It's been a interesting day. Um, is it a little delay there? There we go. I was waiting on it to catch up to me here. It's a little odd whenever you're doing a live stream because there's a little bit of a lag sometimes between where you're at, in the video and where it's actually showing you at in the video. So it's almost like there's I don't know, a 5 or 6 second delay maybe between the two. Plus, we had a little bit of difficulty. I tried activating the live stream, and for some reason, it would not sync up for the time slot in the original link that I had put out there. So if anybody's hit that link trying to get into the live stream, then it hasn't worked for them, which kind of, isn't what we were hoping for. We were trying to get everything kind of situated, everything where it needed to be, and thought we had most of these problems worked out.
Yes, but hopefully by the time that we get the cabin built,
yeah, our
office,
eventually we'll be indoors doing these. So let's try moving that a little. I'll move this in a little closer. I was like not knowing how the audio sounds. So if anybody is able to, if you can, just give an indication if the audio sounds okay, please. Just say something that the audio is fine or audio isn't, and just let us know. I'm not seeing anything, so I'm not too sure on what it's doing.
it is new.
Yeah, neither do I. So we'll just kind of go with it and see how it goes. We'll wing it. So overall this week,
Rambling Peach says they hear us fine.
Oh, thank you, Rambling Peach. I appreciate that. Hello.
Hey.
Hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by to our second ever live stream, and we are amateurs at this.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we really are, and it's been an interesting adventure today trying to do that. The computer was giving us a little bit of some problems, and so we had to, as they say, punt. So I think we got it going right now.
She says you did it.
I think anybody who's done one of these things has, right?
Yes.
It's part of it's the joy of learning this process is the growing pains and the difficulties that you experience trying to figure it all out. And it's encouraging when you realize you're not the only one who's ever experienced it. So overall, it's been a pretty productive week out here. We have been working on our cabin build. The Outlaw cabin is coming along well. We've managed to get the walls up on the outside as well as the sheathing up on the outside for most of the cabin. Still have a long way to go to kind of get it to where it needs to be. We still have to finish up the interior walls, frame those up. We need to work on trying to get the ceiling, roof, all that kind of stuff upcoming. So we got a long way to go, but I'm hoping that by the end of the end of August, about to get a little bit ahead of me, the end of August, that it looks a lot better than what it does right now. Right. But it has come a long way. The last month we made a lot of progress, getting the walls up and getting sheathing on. We still have quite a bit of ways to go though. Eventually, we're hoping it turns into something we can use to solve a lot of problems around here on our little homestead. Especially with being able to store stuff, because we have a lot of stuff in storage right now that we just can't fit into our current house.
No, not until we build the bigger house.
Yeah,
in the future.
So we're hoping that this cabin will allow us to kind of get to that point where we'll be able to store those things, as well as, more importantly, get me here working from, I have a job where I work from home, and I want to be able to do that full time from here, if at all possible, as opposed to having to go to the town, Booneville, close to us, and go there and actually work and do everything for a day-to-day basis. So beyond that, we do have a couple other little updates too. We'll be talking about a little bit later on in the live stream our featured Outlaw of the Week. So Alley Cat, Alyssa was able to film that for us. So we'll be talking about her. And then we do have a few giveaways that we're also going to hopefully be able to do as well. So we did a little bit of a product review yesterday. What we're doing once a month, for those who didn't get to see that video, we are making a little purchase of just a few odds and ends that we can come across that might be of interest to people, who are either on a homestead, people into preparedness and prepper, type of, lifestyles, things of that nature, or just things that somebody might want to be able to use in general. We're kind of hoping to be able to offer those once a month, do a review, talk a little bit about, what we found out about the product, just so in case somebody's interested in picking it up, but then also give something away too.
Yep.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, it was great meeting
it was
you
great
too.
meeting you too.
Great talking to you there.
Hopefully next year get to see you again.
Yeah, I hope so. If not sooner, right?
Yeah, if
that
not
would be
sooner.
amazing.
There's other events. We don't get a chance to travel very far. That's the only thing. We really are locked in here.
Yeah, farm animals.
Yeah, it really is hard. We've tried working it out in the past to where we can, do things like, maybe have somebody who could probably come on here and at least help us out some of the time. But it's a challenge,
Yes.
to find somebody kind of like farm sit, even for a day, let alone, long enough for us to take a trip. So a lot of times whenever we take trips, we kind of like split it up. So it might be, me going off, taking one of the kids with me to, North Carolina, for example, back east to do some stuff, either for work or whenever we were in the process of moving. And then Alyssa went with me a couple occasions, flew out there, got to fly, first time ever. And
I haven't been there in 4 years.
Yep, you haven't been there in 4 years now. Actually, it's been 4 years. So it's been 3 years now.
3 years.
3 years.
I'm a year ahead.
You're doing great so far. Thank you.
We tried to, break it up though to where one or one of the other will be able to go off. She's been able to go off a couple times they do this thing called a youth camp.
Yeah.
With our church.
I'm one of the leaders.
And they'll go there in June typically.
Yeah, like the first or second week of June for a week.
So they'll do that, and then the kids usually go with her.
Our head count was
more
low
importantly,
this year.
she goes with them. Is more really what it's more like, right?
No, I work. I work my butt off. So does the kids. They're the lit team. They're leaders in training.
Yeah. So they'll usually go and have fun. Meanwhile, I stay here behind to take care of the the homestead in their absence. So I will do that, and then we whenever they get back, of course, we have to catch up on usually whatever whatever I wasn't able to accomplish while they were gone in some cases. But usually we try to keep it. I try to keep it going pretty good for them. So there's not much to do. This last time, whenever they went away, I worked on several projects around here.
T-post fencing.
T-post fencing. Got
Jackson
thing set up for Jackson.
Yeah, that's when I got Jackson.
Yes. So I managed to set
Actually,
that
the
up.
week after.
It was the week after youth
We
camp.
was away with 4-H to a competition for her singing, and was it
Clarksville.
Clarksville?
Yeah.
Clarksville.
Yeah.
So we did manage to do that, and they whenever they got back from Clarksville, I'd already managed to get the horse snuck down to his home, his new home.
She was like hiding her phone the entire time. It's because they were messaging each other back and forth, and I was like, I didn't know why she kept hiding her phone, because normally she'll tell me like, hey, would you mind reading that message or responding to it or something like that. And so I was just picking up and I was going to read the message or something for her because I saw it was for my dad, and I was like, oh, okay. And Mom was like, no, she like took the phone, and I was like, what's going on?
It's a big surprise.
And you were just
And
like,
then we came
nothing to
home
worry
and you're just
about.
like dragging your feet. Go where I was trying to take you.
I was getting my stuff, putting it down. I was like, you're like,
I was
come
like, come
on.
on.
And I was like, I'm coming. Give me like a minute.
So we did manage to get him stuck down there, and it was a big surprise for her to see Jackson whenever he first emerged, behind the tree wherever we're hiding at. Or so actually, I think it's behind me. I think.
Yeah.
I'm hiding the horse.
Yeah.
You were hiding the
He was holding the horse actually. But
yeah. I mean, I was told it was going to be a goat.
that
My
was
brother
by-
literally told me it was going to be a La Mancha because we used to have one back in NC. And so he's like, oh, we got a La Mancha. It looks a lot like our old goat, which was her name was Bonnie. And so I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think anything new of it because we already have some goats. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And go down there and I'm like, that's not a goat. If so, that's a very big one. And yeah, I was crying. I was crying.
We got to put that video together too.
No, it looks so bad.
Yeah, she was very surprised by it, and I was glad for that. I wanted it to be a surprise, so it was completely, off the cuff and completely authentic in terms of her reaction to it. She definitely was surprised.
Jonathan's waiting on his.
Yeah. So we're in the process of trying to get a hold of a couple of cows. One of our neighbors is he's basically, it's a similar situation with what's going on with Jackson.
Yeah.
He's trying to reallocate some of his time and resources into other areas, and asked if we wanted to take the two cows. Of course, that takes on a whole nother dimension and a whole new layer of responsibility for us to be able to do that.
Yes.
So
Cow calf pair.
it is, and so we are in the process of trying to get everything situated. We were going to try moving them a week ago, and it didn't work out. They were not being very cooperative at the time, so we tried, and so we're going to try again next weekend if all goes well, the weather's permitting, and they're up for it. Obviously, they don't give us any problem there. We will try to get them moved down to their new home. We do have to work on some additional fencing to be able to do that. I was in the process of working on fencing a week ago and got stung multiple times by these. I don't know what these are. It's a very large wasp, with the big fat body instead, and white on the back of them.
They're really weird looking.
Yeah, they are kind of weird looking. They're not.
They attacked all three of us.
Yeah, they're not horse flies or anything like that. They're completely different. And so we tried to get them, taken care of and everything else, and it didn't work. I had wasp spray down there. They crawled all the way through the wasp spray and I didn't even phase them. I have no idea what these things were.
You're gonna have to wear your bee suit and go down there and probably take care of them.
I keep bees. I think I've made that clear in other videos. We've been keeping them for over 5 years now.
More than that.
I said over 5 years. At this point, and so I'm used to getting stung, and it's not a big deal to get a bee sting.
But those stings
those
are
hurt.
worse than
I got stung by
a honeybee.
twice. I got twice in the shoulder in the spot. Like when they sting multiple times.
they got my head and
it's not like a bee sting. When they just sting you, the stinger typically pulls out, and they can't sting you multiple times.
Right.
But they sting you multiple times too. But it stung me twice over here, and one of them I think in my shoulder blade area, and those things hurt.
Yeah, I picked up about 5 or 6 of them in my scalp. Whatever it was, it hit me one time and then hit me again and again, and before I even knew what had happened, I had three stings from whatever it was. And it's in the family of wasps. I've looked them up. What I could find here where we were at in Arkansas, it's basically, supposedly it's not a very aggressive wasp. This is not true. This wasp, whatever this was very aggressive. Could not get close to it. They nest in the ground. They were very mean, and and just tore me up. Of course, I wasn't doing anything to try to disturb their nest. None of us were.
Rambling Peach said they had honeybees that got wax moths.
Oh,
ooh.
Yeah, those are no fun. I have experienced that before too.
Yes.
And there's nothing worse than opening up a hive, because as well as I do, you pop the lid on bees that have had wax moth damage, and it is a foul odor. You will notice it immediately. Them, Small hive beetle larvae, whenever they get in there and infest and begin to hatch out, you'll pop the top. A week before, you had great looking honeybees.
Yeah.
You know, you were doing well, things looked good. You go in there a week later and your honey's ruined, the hive is destroyed, your bees are absconding, you know, and you're just, you know, you don't really know.
We found out a trick with the beetles.
Yeah.
It's the unscented dryer sheets.
Right.
That's what we've been doing for them.
For small hive beetles, you can do that. Use some unscented either dryer sheets or Swiffer sheets work really well. Wax balls are a different, you know, story altogether. They'll get in there and lay their eggs, and whenever those larvae hatch out, they just crawl all through your beeswax, through your honeycomb, and they end up basically kind of destroying everything when they do that. I mean, they tear it all up. So sorry to hear that, Rambling Peach. I definitely, you know, feel you on that.
We've been there, done that.
Yeah, and that's no fun. But hopefully, you know, hopefully we won't have to worry about that this year. We do have an area set up for our bees in the back 40.
We have to get back to working on that.
We do.
We got so many projects to do, but so much time.
So we finished up last year at one point. We started out last year with about 4 hives. Actually 3 that overwintered. I did an early season split, went to 4, picked up a couple extra. Between splits and picking up new acquisitions, we were up at one point to about 13 colonies, maybe more. And then we got attacked by the bears, and the bears just went through and started destroying our hives, you know, basically tearing them apart. And I have good quality Apimaye hives, and you're about to say they were throwing them. Yeah, throwing the hives.
Yeah,
around.
you see like everywhere.
When you were out of town that time,
yeah,
it was mostly just me having to take care of that because I was the one who had a suit at the time. So yeah, the bear literally just tore apart all the hives, and we have the Apimaye hives, and those are like really good hives. But we also had a couple of wooden hives at the time. So the wooden hives, let's just say they got the worst end of it because like he was able to rip them apart, and like the frames were like tossed at least 10-20 feet away. It was far where he tossed it.
Videos
and like I ended up having to actually take the bees that were on the ground because they were clustered together where the queen was on the ground next to a tree. I had to actually get them into like a got like a dustpan and had like my bee brush, and I had like put them into the dustpan and put them into the colony, and I was hoping to find that queen because then if I found the queen they would all go in there anyway. So thankfully I did find the queen that time. And Apimays, however, held up pretty good. But I was surprised even a little bit because like how good it held up, but also he would even be able to get a little bit off of it, like the clips. He figured out how to start getting that off. But we ended up putting electric fencing up around them.
First time when we had to figure that out.
Yes, we figured that out. Me, my mom, my brother were all up there figuring out how to do it this time. And we did a pretty good job, I think, throwing it together, considering what we had at the time. And we moved all of them up to that little lot we made. The bear tried getting a hold of them because he would try reaching over the actual fence to get a hold of the hives. He was not successful too much though, because as soon as he got popped, I think he learned his lesson. So he wasn't around after that.
We had bite marks and scratches on it.
There were bite marks and there were scratches and evidence of the bear for sure.
Yeah, thankfully we haven't so far, knock on wood, had any issues with him this year. Now we've seen evidence of him in the area. We know he's been around, but we haven't seen much in the way of any evidence beyond that of him doing anything. So, let me see if I can fix this. Wait, video just cut out for a second.
No,
there it went. Okay.
no, it's still here.
Well, on the laptop here, it did. So I'm using the laptop so I can follow along with comments and questions and things like that.
Hey, Nana 9 Acres.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So we've, we haven't had much of an issue with him this year so far. Again, knock on wood.
We check on the bee yard once or twice a day.
Yeah, actually probably several times a week. We're back there checking on things. We need to get back there.
To do it every morning after she takes care.
We need to get back there again, do some work.
We do.
We got to work on just some basic yard cleanup. My goal this year was to finish up with, about preferably around 20 colonies. That's not going to happen. I might finish the season up if I'm lucky with about 10. That's still better than what I finished up with last year, where I finished up with 4.
Hopefully next year we'll have honey.
So we finished up with 4 last year. We went down to 2. And then basically in January, we lost another colony. Whenever it was really warm for like a week, they did really well. It got cold again. The up-down temperature, whatever else happened in that time period, we lost that colony. And because of it, they, we were down to just 1. So we started the season with 1. I picked up a few colonies through mail. Basically added 4 packages to it, and then I already had another split that I had done, got some queens. So we've got about 6 colonies now going in various levels, from really strong to we're really on the weaker side. My goal this year is to finish up to where I've got 10 good quality colonies though going into the fall and the winter months. I think if the winter turns out being like it was last year, I think we'll be okay. Now, if it turns really, really super cold or up and down in and out in terms of temperature, then who knows, honestly. We don't have, thankfully, I haven't seen, the issue here with wax moth as much as I've seen it back east.
We have a lot more problems with like hive beetles.
Small hive beetles have been my biggest
Hive beetles
problem
are
here.
worst.
I have to agree.
I had less of a problem with small hive beetles in North Carolina, but more of a problem with wax moth. And here it's like the opposite. Here we have major issues with those, which is why we again use the Swiffer sheets, the dryer sheets, only the unscented ones, and found out that they do tend to work pretty good.
The lights get caught up in it, which keeps them from moving.
Yep.
And they typically can't get out of it.
Yeah.
So.
And you'll open up, it's really, crazy, because you'll open up the top and, small hive beetles will just kind of like, they were being, kind of corralled together, will just kind of scatter at that moment. And you're kind of wondering if you made a big mistake by even opening up the colony because
the bees
of
will
it.
try to put them into like a corner, won't they?
Yep. They will try to do that. They will definitely try to corral them together and push them into one edge if they possibly can. That's something that they do try to do, so. Oh, let's see here. How are we doing? 6 watching right now. Started streaming 27 minutes. Looks like everything's still going okay on our live stream.
Yes.
Again, where we're at, we're kind of set up a little bit away from the house, a little bit away from the wireless internet. So I had to use a Wi-Fi extender. So I'm always kind of wondering if it's going to play out on me while we're in the middle of a live stream. It literally is plugged in with a drop cord. It's kind of,
We had to go where it was shady.
We did. So the weather out here has been kind of interesting this week, up and down in terms of temp. It's been on the cooler side for the last 2 weeks. For July, I mean, this has actually been the coolest July that I can remember here for the last 3 years that we've been here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it hasn't been cool. It's just, relatively speaking, it's been cool.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, last year it was 100 degrees during most of July. Year before that, 100 degrees during most of July. So this is our third season, and for us, it has it's been a little on the I would say probably more normal side, but cooler compared to how it has been the last 2 years. So I know that the first year we were here, we were in a camper, and so we were really sweating it out then, because at first we had a generator.
Yes, but it wasn't big enough to run the air
it wouldn't run the air condition. So we could if we tried running the AC with it, it would bog the generator way down and basically kill it. So I had to get another another generator to run the air condition basically. Which got us through August, and then after we got into September, the temperature kind of
we wouldn't even buy that if it wasn't for me that I got sick.
Yeah, so she got really sick that August and was really like running a high fever, and still temperatures were still hot. I'm like, we got to do something, so we went ahead and broke down and bought a better quality generator and hooked that up. And after we did it, it was fine. But of course, then we were going through 3 gallons or more of gas a day, which got expensive very quickly.
Yes.
Thankfully, we weren't paying $3.50 a gallon or whatever, but it still was. It still added
Expensive.
up.
Gas is pricey.
Yeah, it still adds up quick, regardless. So, all right, I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of a drawing here. So if you are on the live stream right now, I just want you to go on there and just put a little comment on there. You can just, say hello or anything of that nature. This is my first time kind of playing with this this generator. Basically what it does, it takes and paste in a link and tell it to fetch comments and things of that nature, and then it will go out and see who all has posted on to the live or to the video, and then draw out somebody's name. And the first item that we're going to give away here is going to be the telescope. So if you are on the live stream and would like the opportunity to possibly get a telescope, just go ahead and put a little comment on there. So, thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you very much, Amy. You just put a little comment on there of any sort. So I know that most people so far probably commented, but if you haven't, just put a little comment in there of any sort, and we're just going to do anything goes. And we're going to give away a little handheld telescope. We have it at the in front of the table right now, and Angela's going to show that to you. We did a little review on this yesterday in our video. You can go back and watch that if you're interested.
I'll post the link.
And basically what it is a handheld, kind of like instead of a binocular, it's a monocular. So a handheld scope, kind of like a spotting scope, something to that effect. And it has a little tripod and a like a mount for your cell phone that attaches to it too. It is a 40 or 60x magnification handheld spotting scope or telescope, whatever you want to use it for. It does work pretty decent. I think this would come in handy for someone if you happen to, if you're a nature lover, you're out in the woods, you like to, look at nature. If you're a hunter, obviously, it can come in handy for that.
Maybe like bird watching?
Bird watching, absolutely. If you're on vacation and just want something to kind of carry around to be able to see off into the distance, it's something that would really be, of some use there. So. So one more time, if you are on the live stream right now, if you can just do a couple favors. Huh? Well, I'm just going to do this one as just a free-for-all right now the first time. Just because I'm a novice at it, so I'm going to make sure I get it,
You do a test run? Or
well, I'm doing it right now just to see how it goes. And if you don't mind too, if you can, just do a little thumbs up too. If that would really kind of help us out too,
thumbs
please.
Up, share, comment.
Yeah, if you can thumbs up the video for us, please do that. I hate begging for something like that, but little things like that do kind of help out. Whenever you're a new channel and people are trying to discover you and they don't know who you are and all that kind of stuff. And so, all right, so let's go through and we're going to try it and see if this works. All right, let's see here. Unknown error. Let's try that one more time. This is just a random comment picker, and I don't know if this is going to let me work or do this or not. Anything goes. All right. All right.
While I was working on that, I did drop the link to our Homesteading Outlaws account or email account. So if you need to contact us privately, you can on there at homesteadingoutlaws@gmail.com.
That's how you contact us if you win, so we can mail it to you.
Yeah, and if you need to, we've also, I don't have them posted here, but we will post it. We do have a post office box too.
I can post that.
If you don't mind, go ahead and do that
Go
too.
ahead and do that.
And also, we do have a Facebook page too.
Yes, we do.
We're working on an Instagram. And then me and Alley Cat has one together that we're doing.
Yes,
Channel?
we do have another channel. So we have a sub-channel to Homesteading Outlaws called the Outlaw Gals.
Yep.
You can go definitely check it out. That's where we have most of our devotional-based content. And we're going to be doing that as much as we can together. So it's with me and my mom. And if you like to hear us ramble about scripture and about Jesus, go check us out.
And rambling about other things too, like maybe coffee,
Yeah, because
Thrifting.
coffee's always good, and thrifting is always fun too. Save some money and get some good stuff. And
Yeah.
drink coffee while you're doing it.
So we even have a Facebook page for that too already.
You can go look at that as well.
And
I'm going to drop a link to it as well.
we do now finally have a Amazon account wish list too. So does Alley Cat.
So we're trying to get all these little things set up. All the people who've been around the YouTube community a little bit longer than us know about them, but we're still learning. We're not new to YouTube by any stretch. We're just new to being
Finally
on here and finally trying to get the channel going. It's been a long time coming for us.
For sure.
We did record a lot of comment whenever our content, not comments.
A lot of content whenever we lived back in North Carolina. We have a lot of videos of remodeling the house there and moving and animals we had there and everything else, and building the house that we live in now. We have it too. We just have to go through and do a lot of editing, which that takes a lot of time. And he is the edit king and she is the princess, I guess. On the editing. Those are the two who does most of the editing. I'm learning. I'm a greenhorn. So
Hey, we're all learning to some degree.
yes.
That's the thing. And that's the beauty about it is
What's in the mason jar?
This is my drink. So it's water and it's got the flavored packets in it. It's like a grape flavored. It's got like vitamins in it and stuff, and it's like, I think, is it
Walmart.
It's Walmart
Walmart
brand? Yeah, we got
brand.
it from Walmart. It's Walmart brand. It's good. I like it, and so I just drink it occasionally. It's a better substitute than just soda. If I wanted to drink something that's a bit of flavor, but I don't want to have to drink it directly.
Post all of it. We are interested. That's what Rambling Peach said. We are. It's just time consuming.
Yeah, I go through and I'll try to edit videos, and I've been teaching her on doing more of the editing.
The kids will be younger
I'm
in
trying
some
my
of it.
best to
Yes.
get most of it.
And she really has taken a interest in doing a lot of the edits, and she's been really doing a good job of using her phone to do a lot of edits for her content. Some of the stuff that I haven't gotten to for her mom that she's been able to do. The thing that what they're doing with Outlaw Gals.
Yeah,
trying
we
to get
posted
that.
our first video yesterday on that.
Yeah.
Good.
So she's been really keen about doing that with her phone. I usually use my laptop.
It depends on what I'm doing.
KDN Live is what I usually use for a lot of my video editing. It's free, and of course I'm running Linux here because I'm a computer nerd and I like computer stuff. And if you do, you got to use Linux. I'm just kidding. You don't have to use Linux.
I'm a Windows person.
I'm a Windows
personally.
person. I don't like
Windows.
Linux.
I use KDN Live as well for my editing, some of it, especially if it's like a bigger file or video. I'll use a lot of editing on there. But if I can do like a small video edit on my phone, I'll definitely use it because it could be quicker on my phone for me to do certain things. And some of the editing you see actually on Homesteading Outlaws was done mostly on my phone. Some of that was. And all my editing you see on Alley Cat, that's been done all on my phone.
She did our intro
And the
and
intro is
everything.
on my phone and everything. It's crazy what you can do now with your phone.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much technology has advanced over the years. It's amazing.
Anybody has any comments or questions or anything too?
Yeah, go ahead and put them in there. I'll be glad to.
Yes,
talk it through 'em.
definitely. We love questions.
So let's see here. I'm gonna have to kind of spin the wheel here on this one, see if I can make this work. Looks like let's see here. Nana 9 Acres, congratulations! You're getting the telescope if you'd like it.
If you like it, just email us.
Yep.
All right, there's the Homesteading Outlaw the email. She just dropped it. Alley Cat did.
Yep.
Your address, and we will mail it to you if you're interested.
Yep. Let us know. So that's our first ever time that we were giving something away.
Super happy to give it away to you.
That's right.
Yay!
So we will get that out to you this week.
This is something we're going to do once a month. We're going to do a product review on some things, and then we're going to do a giveaway.
And everything that we're doing really is, in terms of products that we're doing are kind of things that you would potentially use on a homestead, in a house, in a, if you're obviously into prepping or, that type of a lifestyle. We're a lot of what we're doing is kind of geared towards that, but we're not only limiting what we're doing, to that. So, for example, I picked up a few extra items that we reviewed, like the SD cards and stuff like that, as well on, on AliExpress. And AliExpress, I'm not here to plug them by any stretch of the imagination.
We are not sponsored.
No, we're not sponsored by them at all. But we did discover them about 6 or 8 months ago, I think it was.
I bought some stuff from them.
And since then, she's purchased some things from them. I've purchased some stuff from them. They do have some pretty good deals on some things. Not everything is what I would call a great deal. Some of the things are mediocre deals.
I got some things off of there. Do you mind if I talk about that?
Go ahead.
So I got this little watch. It connects to your phone. It's like a smart watch. Connects the phone to Apple or Android. I got it, and it lasted for a little while. It did, but then like the caveat is that the charger for it was not charging properly, and so that was the only issue. Is the way it was designed. It was not designed to last for a long time.
Yeah.
So it was great for a temporary because I was really wanting to see if I liked the smartwatch thing, which I did. So at least now I know. And it was like under $5. That's where I got it for. And it was like connected Bluetooth. I could play music on there, believe it or not, through my phone. Text did not work very well because I have to do SMS, I think, if I recall.
Right.
But I could answer calls. I mean, now they weren't perfect because it's like a $5 watch, but it was a lot better than what you would expect for a $5 watch you just got off of, a Chinese website.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot better than what I expected.
True.
And I got a hat, and the hat was actually really good quality. The hat's been pretty good. And do you mind if I say what it says?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it says dating status. It says single, take it, or mentally dating Bucky Barnes. And it's got a check mark on mentally dating Bucky Barnes. So
People may not know who Bucky Barnes is.
no, they may not know who Bucky Barnes is. If y'all remember in Captain America, he was basically his sidekick. Basically throughout
his best friend.
he was his best friend,
Right.
and it was kind of his ride or die kind of best friend. And later on, got took it in by Hydra. Long story short, he gets better. Somewhat. If
She's
you
a
watch the
Bucky
movie.
Barnes fan
I'm a
and
Marvel.
Iron Man.
I'm a big Marvel DC nerd. I mean, I love
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I got like a Bucky Barnes t-shirt and also a Bucky Barnes sweatshirt. Now the sweatshirt was pretty good. It's really thick, so if it's like really cold outside, it would definitely keep me warm. Now the only thing is that it does nick very easily,
Yes.
so I have to be very careful with it. Now the shirt was really nice. It was it fits pretty good. I like the Bucky Barnes shirt that I got, and I haven't had any issues with it. And what else did I get? Oh, I got some blue light glasses. Now, the blue light glasses I use all the time.
Mhm.
I use them when I'm doing my schooling, when I'm doing my studies, when I'm editing, when I'm playing games on my laptop, or if I'm on my phone, I use it a lot. And you may have seen it if you're on the Alley Cat channel. You may have seen me on my gameplays wearing blue light glasses. And those are the ones I got from AliExpress, and they work very well. I've got a pair of sunglasses even from AliExpress. So
Yep.
the sunglasses have lasted very well, and I haven't had any issues with it. There's just been a couple. It just depends on what you're getting. Depends on the quality as well. I mean, not everything's gonna be perfect quality, but there's been a couple things I have definitely enjoyed and have been using pretty regularly during a daily basis and just throughout my life. And I've enjoyed most of what I got.
Yep.
All right, so let's see here. Next giveaway we have is for the wireless microphones. So the wireless microphones are similar to what we're using right now. These are Android wireless microphones, and
So they will not work on any Apple devices.
yeah, they're not really made for Apple per se. Instead, they're kind of geared more towards Android. They have a USB-C connection, a micro USB, and then audio video input or output connection.
But you
And
can connect it to a regular camera too, can't
you could actually connect these to a regular
laptop.
camera or laptop. Anything that would take a microphone input, you would be able to use potentially for these, a tablet or any other type of 3.5 millimeter audio jack, type of a connection. Basically, these are standard, was what I would call for like lapel mics, specifically those that would work for either Android or laptop devices, those types of things.
Right.
They work pretty good. It's basically what we're using, or a variation of it is what we're using right now. These are if you're retailing them, we paid over $20 for the ones that we're using. They're good little lapel mics, I think. At least to help us out. I mean, obviously, I'm using my cell phone right now, which is about 15-ish feet from where we are.
Yes.
So I wouldn't even have audio really for you to be able to hear us if we weren't using these right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not perfect. They're about $20-ish microphones, and these are about the same, relatively speaking, too. And so we're going to give these away to Rambling Peach, if you will. Just reach out to me and you are our winner for the wireless microphones.
Yep. Yay!
Who won the telescope?
That was
Nano 9 Acres.
Nano 9 Acres.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nano 9 Acres won the telescope. So you are going to have the wireless microphone set.
Yeah, if you would like them.
If you would like to have them.
Yep.
I posted the email link above, so you should see that.
So, all right. So what else? We have 6 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our last giveaway, and this is an endoscope, which is basically a lighted camera attachment. This basically what this does is hooks into your laptop or your Android phone. So if you haven't noticed, we do have Android. Nothing wrong with Apple. I don't have a whole lot of Apple devices, which is the only reason why I don't really buy things that are Apple. Obviously, I have had Apple in the past. It's perfectly fine as a product. It's just not one that I particularly, want to have a relationship with. We'll just say that. So this is a lighted camera endoscope, and this is designed to go behind walls. It is designed to go into areas that are hard to reach, such as maybe if you're working on a car, you need to be able to see a nut or a bolt, or maybe a part, maybe you want to investigate a part that could be loose or broken, kind of in behind there and tucked into an area that's hard to get to. This would be something that you would be able to hook into your phone, and would be able to see very clearly what's back there. Of course, you could use it, medically. Say you could do that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, maybe. But anyways, beyond that, it does have a lot of other uses too. I say this is really designed for Android. It has a connection for micro USB, which is kind of like the older style Android connection. It has a USB-C connection, so it does have the ability of working for a USB-C device. And it has a USB-A connection, which is the standard USB connection. So this little piece here flips up or down, it's hinged. And you could use it for plugging into a laptop and then download the software. And then if you needed to look at something, using your laptop, you'd be able to do that. Or you could flip this piece here up and then connect into the USB-C connection. Now that plugs into your Android device, phone, tablet, whatever, and you can make use of it that way. It does light up, and it's got a little push button, and I think that turns the light on or off, and then a little dial to turn the brightness up or down. It seems to be pretty decently, I would say, standard, well made.
I think it's decently well made,
Yeah.
actually, considering.
It's flexible.
It is.
So you're able to again just kind of spin this sucker up and put it away for next time.
Yeah.
It works very well for that. And now for this one, because it is a little bit a little bit different, in the sense that it's not something that people necessarily or everybody's going to want to have. I am going to ask that you will, if you can, just put into the comments if you haven't won something already. Just put in there me.
Yeah.
Just
Hashtag
me. Just me. Yeah, very simple, ME, and we will enter you in for the drawing for the endoscope, and then we'll get this out to you as well.
We have 8 watchers.
Yay!
We have
And if
8
you don't
watchers.
mind, if you can, just hit the like button and put a little comment in there too. Again, if you're interested in the endoscope, we'll put you in the drawing. Just type in me.
Who won the telescope? Rambling Peach is asking. That was
Nana 9
Nana
Acres.
9 Acres.
Yeah.
You said that.
Rambling Peach, you won the wireless mics.
Congratulations.
Both of our winners.
Yep,
Mhm.
both of our winners so far. So if you are interested in the endoscope, just put me in the comment, and not me, just you me, and we'll put you in there for that. So we only have a couple minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of wrap things up right now. If you have any final comments or questions you would like us to respond to, please put them in the chat. I'd be glad to talk to you about whatever it is you want to talk about. Otherwise, what we're going to do at the end of it, we'll put our Homesteading Outlaw of the Week, which is going to be Gabby Girl.
Gabby Girl.
So
Yes.
you'll get to meet Gabby Girl, and then that'll be posted here in just a few moments. As soon as the live stream ends, you'll be able to see her. What we're doing is every week, we're just going to feature a different animal that we have here on our homestead. Tell you a little bit about the animal, the breed, how long we've had him or her, how we acquired them, they came to live here, and just kind of what our plans are with them. So if you happen to want to, to learn about those, then just tune in for the Outlaw of the Week, and they'll be coming up as soon as the live stream ends.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're going to thank everyone for joining us here.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
very
for joining
much.
us.
This is our
and all the
second time
likes
doing
and
this.
shares.
Sorry that we got in a little bit late on our start. We were hoping to try to hit on time, but we're going to get better.
Yes.
Each time it will get
It'll
better.
be better once we have the.
Once the
outlaw
cabin
cabin.
gets built, it's going to be a lot easier. But this is going to be our normal time slot, Sundays at 4.
Every Sunday at 4.
Central Time, and we're going to just kind of filling everyone in on how things are going, answer your questions, and talk a little bit about some of the projects, give you any homesteading advice that we have from what we've done so far, if it's something that you're interested in. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and sign out because we're at the top of the hour. Any closing remarks from you two ladies?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and
be sure to check out them over on Outlaw Gals and her on Alley Cat,
yes,
and give them some love.
we're
And
eventually going to figure out a live too for me and her once a week.
eventually we'll get there. We're in our baby step mode right now,
Yes.
and there was nothing wrong with that. So thank you again to our winners, and if you are interested again on the endoscope, just put me in the chat, and otherwise we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have an amazing and blessed day.
Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that one out.
The present.
Yes, please do. I'm just going to sit here for right now and just wave.